Hey YouTube, it's Kelena here, and I just wanted to come on here briefly to give my 2 cents about hair typing. I figure if someone's watching my channel, watching my videos, it would be helpful for them to kind of see where I stand on it, what I think about it, how I incorporate hair typing in my journey toward understanding and caring for my hair. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do here. No big judgment or anything like that, just my 2 cents. First of all, I think that hair typing is helpful. Now, I think in particular, the Andre Walker classification system is not very helpful. The size of a curl does not determine very much. It assumes a lot else about the nature of the hair just by the shape of the curl. And I think that's a starting point, but it is certainly not the whole story, and certainly not enough of a guide, in my experience, to help understand one's hair and determine what kind of products to use in one's hair. Now, classification generally is important. It's biologically important, it's important in chemistry, in science, in life. And I understand its importance in the cosmetics industry. It's not an exact science, but I do believe that on the production side it is helpful in determining product formulations, and on the consumer side it is important for us in helping to determine which products and which formulations work best with our hair. For example, I have acne-prone skin. I know this. I have oily, acne-prone skin, and I therefore would not buy any product that is geared toward dry skin, because I don't have dry skin, and it will not likely work well with my particular skin type. So it's the same kind of concept. And so therefore, inherently, I do not think there's anything wrong with classification. Again, hair typing is not an exact science. It's just meant as a general guide. And like I said, the Andre Walker system is step one. It is certainly not, it's page 1 of the guide. It is not a guide, in my opinion. For example, Mademoiselle Cafe au Lait and I have very, very similar shaped curls. Like the size of our curls are very similar. However, I can tell that her hair is much lighter than mine. My hair is very heavy, very coarse, whereas hers seems to be more toward the medium, fine range, a lot lighter. And there's some, and so there's some things, and hers seems to also be more silky than mine as well. So whereas there's some things that may work for her, even though the size of our curls are the same, they may not work very well for me. And some YouTubers that off the top of my head, whose hair I more identify with in terms of different things like texture or porosity, folks like My Hair Fetish, Whimsy Curl, Dan and Pixie, Lexi with a Curl, Deja Vu, or Deja Vu, just to name a few. And these women have very different heads of hair, and are still different from mine. None of them are, exactly the same or exactly the same as mine, but they're just different things about each of them and their the way that they describe how their hair behaves that I identify with, and that help me determine different things about my hair. The size of their curls, some of them share the same size as me, some are different, and as I showed you in my intro video, the size of my curls are not uniform, and from what I see of those ladies too, that's also the same as well as Mademoiselle Cafe au Lait. So, and a lot of the other people I've subscribed to, and if not only Afro-American, but other ethnicities, it's not, your hair is not uniform all over your head, very likely. So I do think it's important to know other things about your hair, and these other things can form part of how you type your hair. There are other systems out there, the FIA system. If you go to HairVeda, the link will be in the description box below. I like that. I use different things from there. The LOIS system, again, these combined, I feel, are helpful because I can't tell you how many times I wasted money on products catered for hair that is different. It's catered to different hair than mine, and I would still buy it. I don't know if it's just product junkyism or what the situation is, but even the product I mentioned before, the Alma Olive Heavy Cream, a great product and one that I want to work for me, but it's just simply too heavy. And on their website, it breaks down different categories. And that was not in the category where my hair kind of fell. But I still bought it anyway. And it hasn't worked anyway. So that's just an example. Another example is Karen's Body Beautiful. Their hair nectar is just too light for my hair. It's great for my daughter's hair, but it's just too light for my hair. And if you read the descriptions, I should have known that. I should have known really the hair milk, now called Sweet Ambrosia, may work better. And I just ordered some to judge. I just ordered some. But I've had to add olive oil to the hair nectar for it to really work better in my hair. But olive oil by itself doesn't work well in my hair. And if you have watched Mademoiselle Cafe Olay's regimen, she puts olive oil in her hair. Ananda Lewis from BET back in the day, aging myself or dating myself here, she too puts olive oil directly on their hair, just as a pre-styling aid. I tried that, and I woke up with rock hard hair. It just didn't work for me. It works well as a pre-poo treatment, but I have to wash it out of my hair. But mixed in with the hair nectar, brilliant. So, these are just examples of really, you do need to pay attention, to how the thing, because they're formulated for particular types of hair. So it is not a negative thing at all. So I'm gonna put it in the description box, but I'll just include it in the video. I consider myself to have 3C curls mainly, with a sprinkling of 4/8 in some areas in my crown, but mainly 3C curls. Different circumferences or diameters, different diameters of 3C curls, but for the most part, that is what's in my hair, or on my head rather. My strands are medium to coarse. I lean toward coarse. My hair is very heavy and very thick. The strands are pretty thick, so my hair generally is of medium thickness, and the strands are medium to coarse, leaning more toward the coarse side. Also, I found that my hair is more on the spongy, silky side. There are very silky parts, and there are very spongy parts, and there are very wiry parts of my hair. So that does affect how it responds to the same product. My hair will respond differently at different parts of my head, and so I have to apply things a certain way in my hair with that knowledge. And according to the LOIS system, I have more S-shaped curls. Again, like with the 3C different diameters, the S shape is different parts of my head, but pretty much S-shaped throughout. So that's pretty much it and all that I have to say on this issue. I would love to hear what you all have to think about that, and feel free to leave comments, your own thoughts about it, thoughts on my thoughts about it, and I will respond accordingly. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.